Good evening, everyone, and welcome to holiday edition of Session Recap. Today is the last, session recap for this year. So let's see if we can grab some pips today before I wish you great New Year and happy holidays. And definitely I'll be back next year. That will be the 5th of January. So before I begin with this webinar, I wish you also a Merry Christmas. I know it was gone now, but for all traders who missed it, I wish it again from me, and I wish you again a Happy New Year and upcoming holidays. So session recap today will be about 5 different pairs, and I think that we can have some nice momentum trades, because I think that momentum can raise a little bit today and tomorrow, especially on the 31st of December. There can be some moves, so we will try to exploit it. Of course, if you wish to relax yourself, you don't have to trade this, but for all of you who wish to trade, I have prepared some setups. Let's see first the risk disclaimer, then I will continue with the presentation. Online educational materials are developed by Admiral Markets as Estonia for a global audience. Therefore, please take into consideration that information in this session may not be suitable for everyone. To get the corresponding information on charting conditions in any other detail, please visit www.admiralmarketsglobal.com, select your country of residence, and contact an appropriate entity. The risk disclosure statement stating all possible risks associated with Forex market. By accepting this risk disclaimer, you're also proceeding further with me. Admiral Markets UK Ltd takes no responsibility for the information accuracy. The analysis represents the personal opinion of the author, it's me, and in no way it represents the actual suggestion for the trade. These are not MUK's opinions, and the website in the video is not a .co.uk website, but the globalnews.com website. Forex is risky business, and this should not be taken as advice. It's a personal opinion only, and this webinar is for informational and educational purposes only. So, holiday edition trades are valid for today and tomorrow. So, only today and tomorrow, definitely. Maybe you can take the trades also on the 31st of December, but it's mostly done for today and tomorrow, because 31st of December may be volatile, but it can be valid. You need to decide that. I personally don't like to trade at the 31st of December, but definitely if you want to try to take some opportunities, go do that, but with lower risk. As you already know, we give price a breathing room. 5 to 10 pips of the predicted level usually is the entry, and of course I need to say if it's in agreement with your system. Respect your stop loss, manage your risk. I advise your risk to be 0.5% per trade. We take one position, whichever hits first. So we either take position trade or alternative trade. We don't take both positions. For buying, you need to add a spread. So if you want to buy, let's say, pound at 63.50 and your spread is 2 pips, you are effectively buying at the 63.52. If you're selling, you add the spread to your stop loss. So, for example, if you're selling GBP and your stop loss is 63.55 for 2-point spread, your stop loss would be 63.57. Usage of trailing stop is highly recommended. These recaps are helping you to better understand the structure of the intraday trend. So if you see that the trend is to the downside, we would take position sell trade. If we want to take counter trade, we take alternative trade. So position trades are trend trades, alternative trades are counter trend trades. Always pay attention to Twitter updates, because very often I can say, okay, now maybe it's the time to close your trade, or maybe I do revised trade setup as I did with GBP dollar. So pay attention to that. Also, you know, the setups are valid for today, tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow, but with holiday edition, today, tomorrow, and only if we still have the room for trade, it can be done on 31st of December, but that should be momentum trade. So that trade, usually if you're in the profit 10, 12, 15 pips, immediately put your trailing stop, because you don't want to be surprised, okay? Now let's see what happened last week, then we can resume of course our recap for this week, okay? So guys, this happened definitely, this was what happened last week. So on euro dollar, I can show that here. So euro dollar first setup was good for 25 pips. Second setup was minus 20. The biggest loss last week was for GBP dollar. Unfortunately, it was for 70 pips stop loss, but revised GBP dollar trade today when I was writing the webinar, it was plus 20 of that setup because I already closed the trade. But some people told me that they are still in the trade, so eventually it brought them 50 pips, 40 pips, sorry, because revised setup was telling you to sell at 55, 40, 50 level. Now it's 55, 20, so I closed it for 20 pips, so I will count it as 20 pips. Aussie was good for 50 pips. Dollar yen didn't qualify. Dollar CAD didn't qualify, and I forgot to put the trade of the week. I will definitely put the trade of the week was dollar CAD, definitely. Although Aussie was bigger in pips, dollar CAD was much better to trade because it gave us also second entry, third entry, so we could have made nice entries with dollar CAD. I count this as 40 pips pool because we had a loss, and when we all sum it up, we could have made 40 pips with all of these recaps. As I said, some people made it more because they still hold GBP dollar, but I close it for 20 pips, so definitely I will count that as 20 pips. Let's see last week setup. So we had two positions, 22.20 and 22.00. 22.20 here was the time of the webinar. It jumped some 20 pips. 22.00 was, it came to break even, but then it went to stop loss. It hit 10 pips of a profit, but I cannot count 10 pips of a profit because it wasn't scalp trade. It was supposed to be counter trend, at least scalp swing trade, at least 15 pips, but those 15 pips were not available with 22.00 buy. I was a little bit surprised. I thought that really 22.00 was protected, but it was not so protected as I thought it to be. So I need to count that as a loss. The biggest loss was GBP dollar. It was 56.10 buy trade, which eventually was good at the first moment, but then it came for a loss. It was some 12 pips in a profit, and then bang, it went down. It shooted really heavily to the downside. Then I made revised GBP dollar trade a day after our GBP dollar hit stop loss. So this was revised GBP dollar trade, and I told you to sell at 55.40 to 55.50. Exactly that happened, 55.40 to 50, and definitely the setup came. Well, I can say it was a bit of here. We had a nice sell-off. First, it was good for 30 pips. Then another sell was good for 20 pips. Then another sell was good for 21 pips. So basically, this level was good to go short. So 55, 50 to 40. Eventually, it was good for shorts. Then we had some spike today, and then again price drop. But definitely, it was a level to scalp for it. And definitely, if you were short at this level a couple of times, you could have made some nice profits. So, you know, you cannot always expect holiday season to be full of pips. You need to have a little bit scalp mode in your head for this holiday season. So definitely we didn't expect much of this, but it came good, at least for some 20 pips overall. Aussie dollar didn't qualify first because it was here when the webinar was set, then it dropped. The next day it came close to 81.50. I mentioned that you should watch 81.60 and 50. So it came 7 pips of 50 level, and it eventually dropped for 55 pips, but we can count this as 50 pip. So Aussie was pretty much good, but unfortunately during the webinar it dropped. Then this was a second chance trade which happened at 23rd of December, a day after our webinar. Next trade was dollar CAD. Dollar CAD definitely was the best trade for me because we had a buy at 15.90, stop loss 15.40, target 16.80. what happened is the price went perfectly to 1580 almost, but it was 1598, yeah, 98, and then it jumped for 30 pips, dropped to break even, went to 90 precisely, and then shoot it up 40 pips. So that level was again good for buy, and definitely I will mention that every time after this webinar. I will mention it on each subsequent webinar. These levels which I give you are good for re-entries. So you can also try to re-enter at the same level, because I have noticed during the course of this weekly session recap trading that many times this same level, after it made profit, eventually the second and the third time, it is good to be resold or rebought, because that same level is pretty those levels which I analyze are pretty good for re-entries. So you can scalp second time. I will tell you on the next webinar how we will do that from now on. So you are guys first to know that there will be some changes to weekly recap, and those weekly recap I will tell you from next recap, which is I think on 5th of January 2015. I will tell you which re-entries you can make. So you can basically scalp with these levels, as you could do that, as you could have done with GBP dollar CAD. Very often these pairs which are in nice trend, you can scalp those levels a couple of times at the same level. This is the same thing which I did for euro dollar. Every single dip I bought these last couple of days, and to be honest guys, it was a good time this holiday season. It was a good time to make money last year, and in my career it never happened that I trade really so often during these holidays. But to be honest, I was buying every single dip of euro dollar, and it was pretty profitable. It exceeded my expectations, and we will see. I have a potentially good setup now, which can happen in euro dollar, so I will be quick with that. But definitely what I was saying on Twitter, 2180, 2170, 75, they are great for buying because we have stops on 2160, and if 2160 is broken, we can see easily 2135. So still euro dollar is in buy mode. I think counter trend. Purely counter trend, because I cannot sell it until it reaches 2260 level. So it's still on buying mode, and we will see setups for this day and tomorrow. But let me finish with this first. Dollar yen definitely, unfortunately, missed the target, missed our buy entry. I was trying to buy it at 190.30, but it never made such a pullback, and basically it went up, but it didn't make pullback. So dollar yen wasn't qualified. Now let's see what I have prepared for you for today, tomorrow. We have a couple of interesting setups on euro dollar, guys. As I told you, I'm very tightly stop loss bound to this trade. I was buying every single dip around 2180. I have my stops at 2160. My target is 2240, 2260. The only problem is today was Greek elections, because you could have read that on internet. I won't be long with the Greek elections, but the thing is, those news, it doesn't go very well in favor of euro dollar at this time. So I will cut to the chase and say that euro dollar is pretty much inclined to the downside, but I can see that 2160 is now a big support. So only if 2160 we can see 2145 to 35, and about 2180 I think that we will see 2200 again, and 2240 and 2260. So guys, this is about you. How will you manage the trade? 2180 is our entry, 2160 is our stop. Target is this. If this breaks out to the sell side, we might hedge the trade, opening a sell position, because initially it will collect some stops and go to 2145 to 35, but then this will be another support. And definitely trend trade is position sell around 2260 with 85 stop loss, 2180 target, and 2135 is second target. So I still think it should go to 2260 and it shouldn't break 2160, but we will see. So we have couple of setups on euro dollar, and definitely it's in bullish mode strictly from intraday, intra-week perspective, because you can see here we have nice support here. I will mark it like this, and this low was 2164. So definitely 2164, if it's bought, this level is bought into, and we can see nice, I can say this is not uptrend, this is counter trend, this is retracement in downtrend. And let me draw Fibonacci and show you. So guys, 2150 to 21, as you can see, to 2170, this is the zone for new sells. So until it breaks this level, we can buy it and we can sell it here. But once this level is broken, we can go with trigger happy trade, breakout, and sell into to 2145 to 35. But since I'm long currently, again on euro dollar, I think this is 8th or 9th time I'm long on euro dollar for the last week. And this is the only long I have made so far, and the only one trade I have been making so far during these holiday seasons, except I hold Euro Swissy. I hold Euro Swissy, and I hope Euro Swissy will jump at least to give me some nice profits. My average on Euro Swissy is 20, 27, 28, so I hope it will give some profits. But on euro dollar, I was definitely buying. So this is what it can happen again for the last time maybe, but it should give us some retrace. It's not normal now to be sold. It should be sold at 2260 from technical perspective, and the only thing I can sell into support is the breakout of 2160, okay? And 2260 is a sell position definitely if it comes there, but this zone, look at this zone, buffer zone, 2260 to 70. This is where fresh sellers should happen. So 2260 to 70 zone for selling, okay? On GBP, I don't have any setups at the moment. It's ranging, and I definitely have no plan to trade GBP dollar. But I have Euro GBP, I will show you. I didn't trade much Euro GBP, but I start to trade it recently. So that will be 26th pair I started to trade. And I think we can have nice trades on Euro GBP if the price pulls back a little. And I think we can really have some nice trade, but first the price needs to pull back a little. It cannot be sold now. I want a little bit more of a pullback. Aussie, I would like to sell it around 81.70, 30 pip stop loss, target 81 and target 80.50. Aussie is making its way to 75.00, as Chief of Reserve Bank of Australia was saying that 75.00 is the good point for Aussie versus euro dollar to be basically found. So I think that Aussie is trying to grind towards 75.00 point, and definitely it's sell into rallies mode, and this is the level to sell, 81.70, around 81.70. If it jumps, it should jump back again and give us a nice sell trade towards 81 and 80.50. But guys, definitely Aussie is sell into rallies mode, and I will be looking to sell once more if it hits 81.70, 81.60 to 70 with 30 pip stop loss targeting these levels. Okay. Now, favorite pair for me this week, of course, except euro dollar. Euro dollar is out of the league at the moment because I like the way how currencies are behaving last 5-6 days in terms of safe trading. There is no big volatility. And definitely you can buy into dip, you can sell into rally, and there is no big risk because prices are not moving so fast. So the lack of volatility and the lack of participants in the market left us with nice scalp potentials. So why shouldn't we take, I think that we all should take and grab those opportunities, at least for some scalp or scalp swings. And as I say, 31st of December may be a little bit risky because it's the last day of last year, and there can be some profit taking happening. So we should be restricted to really not risking too much and having 1 or 2 trade setups, and then we are done. And then you can resume your trading around 5th of January, the time when I will get back also and present you with new form of session recaps and new setups, of course. Euro GBP for me is definitely sell. I will look to sell around 78.70. Stop loss is 79. Target is 78.20 and 77.90 is second target. Euro GBP, as I said, this is new pair for me to trade. I will show you Euro GBP now. I didn't trade it so extensively, but I find it pretty much good with Camarilla MACD. So I did some back testing, and it's, well, with Camarilla MACD you can trade everything. But you know, Euro GBP is a little bit it's a strange currency pair. It depends on both Euro and GBP. So I didn't pay close attention, but recently I start to, and definitely I see good setups around 78.70 and 78.60. So this is the zone where I want trade to happen, potentially 78.55 to 78.60, eventually this level. So this is the zone, 78.55 to 78.70. 79 is the stop loss. You can go with couple of entries. For example, if your risk is to use 0.5 lots, you can open your first trade here with 0.2, then you can add 0.1, you can add 0.2 then, but the stop loss is the same. So I'm counting towards the shorts on Euro GBP around 78.70, 79.00 with target 78.20 and 77.90. So these are the targets, okay? I will be looking really to sell if that happens. So Euro GBP, new pair for trading. Yes, the question, Matusz Witko. Nena, did I understand it correctly that low volatility market as we have during holidays is suitable for scalping? Yes, definitely this Christmas and New Year a lack of volatility gave us for a good chances to scalp. And this wasn't my practice years before, but definitely I can say I made good money with scalping euro dollar this last couple of days, and definitely I have noticed that you can, if you see the setup, and you can have some nice stops, but there are some rules you need to respect during holiday season. First rule is you need to be at good resistance or good support. That is the first rule. So guys, if I say you can trade during holidays, I mean it, but it's not good to go long here at 122.00. You need to be very close to good support, or as I show you, good resistance. That is the rule for scalping during holiday season. The only rule is you need to be very close to important support or resistance. You cannot, I don't advise scalp, regular scalp, because for regular scalp you need volatility. You know that. I have told you already 100 times. For good scalp, you need to have volatility. During holidays, we don't have any volatility. You can see it's a very thin volatility. So the rule of the thumb, if you want to scalp, you need, on holiday season, you need to be close to support and resistance. Important support and resistance. So when we are on holidays, also next time I will again show you which levels you can scalp, and you will see new session recap. It will include some levels where you can also try to scalp the trade, because I know that many of you are scalpers and you like to scalp, and I will include into my template for next year recap. So besides giving you position trades, alternative, I will be giving you levels where you can try scalp trades. And this holiday season definitely, as I said, was good and still is good. 21.60 is good support on euro dollar, and 78.60 to 70 is good resistance on euro GBP. So we can try to scalp that level, those levels during holidays. Okay, I hope that you have. Yes, Matush, I already explained. He's saying that he thought for scalping you need high volatility. Yes, we need high volatility. But for holiday season scalping, we can do that only and only if the pairs are very close to important support and resistance levels. Of course, I wouldn't be buying euro dollar at 21.90. That wouldn't be good. But close to 21.60 is low risk trade, because if 21.60 is broken, we can have a fast trigger happy trade. So you need to fit into the mood. So the mood for holidays is not to trade. But also there are some traders who like to trade and who will try to get those scalping opportunities because the pairs are very close to their support and resistance. That is why I'm eyeing euro GBP around these levels. Then dollar yen, 190.70 is the level where I will buy, because 190.40 is very strong support, and also 190.70 is very strong support. So if dollar yen drops to this level, it will be 120.50 buy. But also we can possibly do a scalp swing at 120.00, 15 pip trailing stop. So 120.00 could be good for scalp, but you can see now it doesn't retrace. So first, this is good level to scalp. Definitely we have nice confluence here. We can see trend line, and we can see confluence here, previous engulfing candle. This is more of a piercing line, but it's also engulfing because it ate all previous body. Then we have another fresh seller, another fresh buyers here. So definitely around 120.00 we can see some scalp movements, and 119.70 is good in my opinion for nice longs. Here, confluence with 78.6 if we get here. So that is position trade. All of other trades are scalp trades. Okay. So we will see if that happens. Okay. And that is what I have prepared for you for this holiday season, guys. Now, if you have any further question, you can ask me. I can do a rollover of these slides again. So we will see what will happen. As I say, expect new form of recaps during next year. So try to sign up for it. And I will be giving you different setups and different levels also for scalp. And I will be including both opposition and alternative trades, but also with levels for scalping trades if I spot them. Okay? So we will see that in next year. And these are today and possible tomorrow trades. So memorize this, print screen it, and watch how the prices will behave. So euro, dollar, pound, Aussie, okay. Okay, Aussie. Yeah, Alec is saying dollar CAD has some false breakout. I will see that, dollar CAD. Euro GBP, I'm really hoping for this particular trade, Euro GBP. It would be, I would be really happy if this trade happens, really. And I think it might happen. Okay. Dollar yen. Yeah, GBP dollar, JD, I didn't have any, I don't have any setup on GBP dollar. GBP dollar is definitely, I don't have any setups on GBP dollar.
Euro GBP, dollar yen, and this is GBP dollar. It's ranging and I don't have any setups. It's pretty much range bound. And I would definitely stay out of GBP dollar at this particular time. Okay? Dollar CAD has broken out of the channel. Let's see dollar CAD. False breakout. False breakout. Yeah, but this is not a, let's see. This is not a, so, if you think that this is a valid channel, it doesn't have a, all pairs are ranging, so we cannot say there is a channel in its technical sense. Daily, it has a triangle, and it's normal because the price is compressing, trying to break out, and we don't have any volatility, so it's normal we have a triangle. 4 hour, it's, again, we have a sort of, some sort of bullish pennant here, and this looks like it might go up and down, but it's still trapped here. 1 hour, it's the same basically. It's a form of a running triangle. This is a form of a running triangle, and you can see it's normal because we don't have big volatility now. So prices are trapped into some sorts of triangles and those compression chart patterns. More or less, this is the same, more or less. So you can see it's pretty much clear that we are having a range-bound market. But this is the trade which I would really love to happen. Really, 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 because look at this. If the price gets here at our sell zone, and it drops down, it can make inverse head and shoulders. So we would be basically selling. Really, I think that this is a good sell point from this zone here. 81.55 to 78.55 to 78.70. And the price will definitely find some sellers. Look at this week. This is price action in its full sense. This is called this rejection. It's called a pin. So this is bearish pin, and bearish pin is always a good representative of historical buyers and sellers. In this case, this is sellers here. Okay. So historical sellers, look how the zone, it's perfect zone for selling. Look at this body, selling. Look at the pin, selling, pin, pin, pin. So confluence with previous sellers and also Fibonacci, deep retracement levels. So I would like if it retraces there, but we will see. If it happens, that will be a setup. Okay? So guys, this is everything. If you don't have any further questions, we can call it a day. And I can tell you, Jeff is saying, have a Happy New Year, Nenad, and thanks for all you do. Have a Happy New Year too, Jeff. And also, guys, I wish you very nice holidays, festive season. Try to relax. Try to spend your money. Euro Swisses, same ideas. Let me respond. Euro Swisses, buy into dips, definitely. Mohammed, buy into dips. Euro Swissy, buy into dips. I'm buying every dip. I have bought 20 to 27.8 is my average, so 1990 is your stop loss for Euro Swissy. Okay. So guys, as I said, I really wish you Happy New Year, and be prepared for new edition 2015 of Forex Recaps, where you will be given more entries, more chances to entry, new templates, and we will see. Goran, yes, thank you also. Yeah, the last sentiment. Yeah, definitely Euro Swissy is buy into dips, buy into dips. I just cannot go with, I would not like to fight with Swiss National Bank. As I already told you, Swiss National Bank is at the top of the food chain in the Forex market. It's the major player in the Forex market. So don't mess with Swiss National Bank, SMB. It's very strong. Thank you guys. Thank you for comments. And I will talk to you soon. Cheers and have a great new year.